Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and I welcome all of you back to another Rage video where tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. And how curious it is, ladies and gentlemen, that we literally go almost back to where it all began. Now, here is sort of what the deal is, why we're, to be honest, now covering 72 seasons after nearly a whole year of its release, is because I had intentions to make a huge tier list ranking every single Metallica song ranked from worst to best. So I'm going to be binging quite a lot of Metallica over these coming months, and then at some point, pretty much almost like near Christmas time, I'm going to release just a tier list of every single Metallica song ranked from worst to best. Now, usually I wasn't really going to be doing something like that because there is, of course, the opportunity that Metallica could come out with a new album in, like, say, another 6 years or something like that. But with how many things there are to talk about, it could be very, very curious because I'm not entirely convinced that there are certain things that are going to change and certain things are going back and forth. I go back and forth on a lot, particularly a lot of the things on Load and Reload, because some of the things on those albums are great. The others are just sort of very down the middle, to be honest. Then there's Saint Anger, which is, some of it's good, but not a lot of it is that good, unfortunately. Death Magnetic is about half of it's good to verging on great, and the other half is just kind of just okay. There's not too many highlights I can honestly say about like Death Magnetic. Hardwired, however, to Self-Destruct is something I've actually never really done outside of Moth to Flame and Atlas Rise. So I will let my opinions know about that when we come to it. So make sure to watch out for that. But then, of course, you've got the big ones. You've got the Black Album. You've got that extra. You know, it's like Death Magnetic Plus, or Extra Magnetic, that has like four songs that were just supposed to like almost splice with Death Magnetic, which were really cool. Then you've also got And Justice for All. You've got Master of Puppets. You've got Kill 'Em All, and you've got Ride the Lightning. So. Well, I was also going to mention Lulu as well, but to be honest, I gave up trying to think of anything nice to say about Lulu anymore. Not because I hate it, but because it's just such a drag to get through that album. The worst sort of albums out there are just the ones that you just don't really want to finish because it means having to sit down and, outside of everything else. So, yeah, I will try and, like, not just for this channel, but for Raging Reality Classic, I'm going to try and get through virtually every single Metallica song I can get my hands on, just so that everything is fresh in my mind. So let's cut to what they're doing most recently. So if you guys want to check out the original video for yourselves, links will all be in the description down below. So let's get it. 72 seasons.
feeding on the stage fright. Wrath of man, leaching through, split in two. Wrath of man, crash into, point of view. Wrath of man, violence, inheritance. Wrath of man, drive upon, feeding on 72 seasons down. Piercing through, cutting to, polarized. Point of view, crashing to, paralyzed. Feeding on the rubber man, man down, barbaric, quick fire machine gun thoughts, deep seed, stigmatic, some have and some have not. Man down, demonic, no mercy from the ghost within, turn back, hypnotic, there's breathing out but not back in. Staring into black light, permanently midnight. Wrath of man, reaching through, split in two. Wrath of man, crashing to, point of view. Wrath of man, violence, inheritance. Wrath of man, drive upon, feeding on 72 seasons gone. Feeding on the wrath of man.
There it is. It's that iconic. It does have that iconic crib that's literally on the cover of the album, and that was. Now that we're actually getting into this properly, I must say that was a very impressive start. It's like if you took some of the better aspects of Hardwired and you almost try to... Because to be honest, there were parts in the song where, again, I felt like you could have fit this in on Hardwired. There were also parts of this you could have fitted onto Master of Puppets. And there were even some parts of this I felt like you could have put this onto the Black Album. Because a lot of the song is dealing with internal struggle, a very tumultuous upbringing, violence, internal struggles, grief, pain, suffering. All of these are in place, and they've all basically come down on this one poor sap's head. So I must say, I really do like it. It seems to almost like harken back to a lot of very, very different songs from Metallica over the years. And that was kind of like almost a problem I thought I was going to be having with this, is that it's too much like a multitude of different things without being its own thing, if that makes sense. But then again, I'm not entirely sure that's like... I don't think that that's particularly very fair, because it's still really, really cool. And you have to remember, these guys have been doing it for 40 years up until that point, and I can't really say nothing about it. It's very, very good. The only thing I'm sort of possibly... the only thing I'm really like... If I had to really criticize this song for one thing, is that... And this might be a bit of a strange thing to say, because... Well, you know one of the big problems that Saint Anger had? I'll give you a moment to think about it, and it's not the fact that there wasn't really any solos or there was anything like grand that I can really like say that absolutely belongs on that album. The biggest problem I honestly had with Saint Anger is that each song was simply far too long. I felt that for what they were, it was just... it was like getting through you had to go through a lot, and that's kind of like what Saint Anger was. It was a very, very long album with not a great amount of payoff. That was the big thing I had with that album, is that it just felt like you were kind of half expecting something to come along that was going to really blow you away, and it just didn't happen, which makes the whole thing about waiting around so long even worse, because it almost treats it as though it's going to waste your time. That's the only real issue I have with this, is that I think it's cool. It's really, really good. But if it was, let's say, a whole minute shorter, would it really make that much of a difference? Because that brings a very interesting point about this, is that would it be any better if it was any shorter? Because would we be missing out on anything? I personally don't think that is the case, but it is something worth considering, is that there is such a thing as having too much of a good thing, but outside of that, and that's very, very picky, if you ask me, it still sounds like the sort of Metallica we've been having for years, and it is what it is, eh? So anyway, I hope all of you guys have enjoyed this reaction video to 72 Seasons. Please make sure to leave all your thoughts and comments in the comment section down below, and what you guys felt of 72 Seasons for yourselves. And I cannot wait to see all of you guys again in the next video. Take care, and bye-bye for now.